What's going on, Donnies and Donettes? Come on, it's another episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Jeez. And guys, on today's episode, come on, man, we have to debrief. We have to debrief. Level up live, guys. If you didn't come, a lot of you that listen come because you've listened to the podcast, but if you didn't come, oh my days, you missed out, man. That was nothing short of an epic first event. Do you know what? Roll the sexy VT and let's chop it up quickly. First of all, I want to start by saying big shout out to everyone that made it down. Big shout out to everyone that bought a ticket. Big shout out to everyone that got the different tier tickets. It shows that you believe in what we're bringing. You believe in what we did. You wasn't even sure what you was kind of coming into, but you had faith and you knew. You was like, nah, it's going to be lit. There's going to be value. And as you see, it 100% was. The thing I'm most proud about when it comes to Level Up Live was the energy and the vibe in the room. It was inviting. People were sharing. There was no gatekeeping, lots of help, lots of advice. Like, it felt like one big family. And that's the kind of way I want to keep it. I want it to be and stay like that, because that's the problem with the things before is that people are in this gatekeeping, scared, don't share mindset. And similar to what I just said, the reason is because of fear. Fear of losing work to someone else. Fear of someone's going to do better than you. That fear wasn't in the room at Level Up Live. That fear was not there at all. People were shaking hands, introducing themselves. Introverts came out of themselves. And it was just like that all day. And a lot of you, the first time you met was there. It was there. And what I love is that now the community's been online, but now it's becoming real and it's coming tangible. And I'm seeing it even in the last couple of days on the Instas. I've been seeing it on the TikToks. I'm seeing people talking, yo, bro, This is the community, guys. We're there. But anyway, let's chop up some of the feedback that you guys gave us about the event. So first of all, when we was talking about the event, me, Mike and Dan, we was like, the one thing that we've all been to events like this, and sometimes you go to those places and you're leaving a little bit underwhelmed and, you feel like you didn't get stuff. And one thing that we know is that at the day and on the day, when we was looking at the tickets and the feedback that you done before you done the tickets, we had a wide range of lots of different DJs that were charging, anything from like £200 to £300. And then we had DJs that were charging like $2,500 to $3,000. So we had everyone in the remit, your 500, your 700, your 1,000, your 15. We had a massive range of DJs. Now, with having a massive range of DJs, we knew that we had to deliver something so everyone can get something. Now, with that, we made sure our sessions were jam-packed with a lot of stuff. And we noticed that we gave you a lot. And the reason that we gave you a lot is because we wanted everyone to get something, and we also wanted to give you value. But within that, I saw someone's to-do list. They had 68 different things. They're like, yeah, Mandela, I've got bare stuff from today, look. And they're showing me, I'm like, whoa, bro, like that's a long list. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, do you know what? That's good, because it shows that these are all the things that we was talking about in the different sessions that you want to apply to your business. And that's great. But at the same time, it got me thinking. And the one thing I want to start by saying is, guys, Rome was not built in a day. And I really, really, really want you to take your time. If you've made yourself a to-do list, take your time with that list. Do not rush the list. Get the things done and invest the time in it. You got to understand, me, Mike and Dan gave you over 15 to 20 years worth of experience in one day. And it's taken us time to get to all of these places. And what's great with these tips and tricks, we're trying to save you some of the time that we may have wasted. Not wasted, but we invested and put in to get to that level. But we want to save you some time. So instead of, like myself, my social media training has been over the span of about 5 years. I want to try and get you down to 2 or at least 1.5 and get you in a level where it's going to work for you. Because I've taken social media training from no DJs. I've applied different stuff into the DJ world, but I'm able to give you a tailored thing that works for DJs. Also with Mike, the amount of books and the amount of courses he's purchased to be able to do some of the things he did. Because if you listen to his Q&A when it came to the Zoom calls and the systems that he uses, I know some of you were overwhelmed with some of the stuff. But like I said, we was trying to give value, and Mike is giving you all the things that he was doing. But I know some of the things that he was talking about, you may not be there yet. And obviously you're not there yet because he's taken years and investment and education to get there. But he wanted to give you as much as he could so you can make the points and start thinking about what would be beneficial for you. And also with Dan, even though Dan's young, he's been doing this for a long time, and that guy is super smart. When I mean, there's a reason we brought him in on the team, and Dan's mind is diabolical, guys. I'm telling you now, it's diabolical. The guy, it's diabolical. And he has years, we're talking over 11 years of experience in doing what he does, working in events, corporate, weddings, hotels, dealing with systems and dealing with lots of different customers, which is the reason why he has a fantastic CRM, Planning Beans. So my reminder to you is going to be focus on 3 things. I want you in the next 2 weeks in your long list to only pick 3. We're going to do bite size, guys. Bite size is the way things work. When you get overwhelmed, don't take overwhelm, because sometimes overwhelm can actually stop action. You can be really excited, but then when you look at something, you're a bit like, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? And that's why I'm going to mention start by focusing on 3 things. You can either pick one thing out of all of our sessions. So one thing that you're going to focus on for your social media for the next week or 2. One thing that you're going to focus on for your Zoom calls or your meetings for the next week or 2. One thing that you're going to focus on in terms of your booking system and your working flow in the next week or 2. So you can have 1 of 3, 2 of 1, however you want to do it, whatever works for you. But the main thing I'm trying to get to you is bite-size it, guys. We gave you a lot of information, man. We gave you a lot of info, and you cannot do all of it. You cannot. But the reason that we gave you all that information is because we had a wide range of DJs in the room, and we needed to make sure there was something there for everyone. And looking at the feedback, you guys got that tenfold, which makes us as a team super happy, super excited. And it says mission accomplished, and we're ready for year 2. And once again, when we went through the feedback, I'm going to give you a quick drop of some of the stuff that we was hearing about when we was looking at that. And one of the things we did look at, we saw, is 2 days seems to be something that you guys want. You want to have a 2-day event. We did 1-day event because it's year 1. It's year 1. We was testing concept. We wanted to see like how was it going to be received by the community. And boy, it's been received very, very, very well. So we are super happy with how the event turned out and how you guys came out and the information and value that you got from it. But understandably, a 2-day event, even we can understand that that makes a little bit more sense in terms of how we can deliver all of the information that we can deliver and make it a little bit more digestible. And also that will give you more time for networking during the day, because as you guys know, like I said, one of the best things about meeting up in real time is that networking. That networking is gold. Those little chats that you guys was having on the tables, on the sidelines, at the back of the room, during lunch, during the networking sessions, after the podcast, talking to some of the panel guests. And even the panel guests was like, they love the environment and they're happy to share. That's the reason I chose the individuals that I chose, because not everyone has that mindset, but I try to seek out people that are happy to have people elevate and share information, because not everybody is like that. And that's fine. I don't expect everyone to have my mindset. That is okay. But there are a few people that do believe in that ethos, and they don't really mind about the gatekeeping, and they're happy to share some of the things that they got and listen to some of your trials and tribulations and give you some expert advice, and hopefully that will help you level up. Another bit of the feedback that we got from you guys is that you were saying that you did like the conference style. So we had a type of conference style, sitting and speaking and Q&A. We knew that the Q&A is important because after you're speaking a long time, it's good to get some of that feedback. And we noticed that we want to have a bit more Q&A time, so we're going to add that in for the next session. But like I said, with year 1, we wanted to give you so much. So when we all had an hour each, and then even with myself, I was like, okay, I want to do the Q&A at the end. But like I said, because there was so much to get through, we never had a massive Q&A session. But feedback, we're looking at your feedback, and more Q&A sessions will be happening, because that's where you get to answer the questions for what you need so you can do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Social gatherings, the social gathering aspect of it, I could see you guys like, so we're going to be thinking about that massively for year 2. So we expect some changes and some new stuff. It's all going to be exciting, guys. I'm gassed. Some of the feedback you guys are saying, gassy. Online events. Online events. This is the one thing we wasn't sure about, do you know what I mean? But we pull it in there to see kind of what you guys think, because like we said, Everyone's scattered from all over. So sometimes finding a central point for everyone to meet can be difficult. So we do have some ideas of some things that we're going to share later on in this year about some different things that will be online. So just make sure you keep following and listening to the podcast and you won't miss out on those major keys. And also follow the Instagram on Mobile DJ Mastery, and then also there'll be information released as well. Also, I want to remind you to use our AI tool. Our AI note taker was listening to all the sessions, and we've compiled all the transcripts right into the AI tool, which is available on the Mobile DJ Mastery website. But remember, guys, this is for the people that attended the event. So if you didn't attend the event, you won't have access to it. So you can go into the AI tool and ask it simple questions like, give me 5 top tips that I should be doing now to help with my social media. And it will literally list them. So you can use that if you're not sure or if you didn't take notes. The reason that we use that is so you didn't have to take notes. So you can ask questions for the bot and it will give you information based on the transcript and everything that was said. You can also do the same for Mike's session and for Dan's session. What points were the best thing for me to take from them? And it will give you 5 or give you 3. Do you notice how I'm saying 5 and 3 and not 10? Because if you say 10, it will give you 10. If you say 20, it will give you 20, because we made sure we gave you loads and loads and loads. But I'm saying 3 to 5 because I want it to be bite-sized and manageable, guys. This is the main thing. The best way for success, in my opinion, is small steps. It's not big leaps and jumps. If you do big leaps and jumps, sometimes you miss certain elements of it, and that can cause problems later. But if you do things small, slowly, bit by bit, every day, everyone, everything, little bits, is how great success is made and managed. So let's go through some simple stuff, some simple expectations. If you didn't know, or you didn't take notes, or you're not going to do the AI thing, or if you didn't attend the event, this little point here is still going to be beneficial for you. So let's quickly chop it up. So on my session, I spoke about posting frequency. And what I said is a decent frequency is 2 to 4 times a week. Now, when I said 2 to 4 times a week, I'm talking consistently. This is just going to become normal for you. But what I'm going to say to you guys listening now, we're going to focus on 2 times a week. If you're doing more than that and you're able to continue, great. But I'm really talking to the person that's not posting much, not doing a lot, and they're finding themselves, man, they want to start posting, but they're not sure what to do and where to go. We're going to go for the lower number, which is twice a week. You can choose whatever days you want. You can choose whatever time you want. But if you want to go back to my session, what I was saying, some of the better times would be in the morning time, before lunchtime, which the reason why I say this, because it just gives your content time to breathe. If we drop something in the evening, 7 or 8 o'clock, sometimes your actual followers, the people that you have on your page, the people that will give you your first little views and likes, maybe sleeping, maybe watching movies, those types of things. But if you post it from earlier on in the day, it gives your viewers or the people that do see your content time to interact. That can give it time to breathe. And then also Instagram might pick up that it's getting a bit more traction than some of your other videos, and then the algorithm will start to push it out to a little bit more. So instead of like, if we're getting like 300-400 views, if we're getting 800 views, fantastic. And that you might get that in throughout the day. And like I'm saying, guys, I'm going to really scale it back, and then I'm going to talk about the lower numbers. We're not talking about the viral stuff. We're not talking about the crazy stuff. We're really going to talk about what is manageable. And I'm hoping something like what I'm saying here is very manageable for you. And when we was talking about what to post, I gave you lots of different examples of all the different ways to post. And the idea is for you to pick what works for you. If you took your level up ticket or your VIP ticket, soon we're going to be sending you out information where you can book your calls with your different mentors. And if you're going to book with myself, I'm literally going to look at your social media, and then I'm going to look at your strengths and weaknesses from what I can see, and obviously with the call that I have with you. And then when we go through that, we will be able to come up with a manageable schedule that you can do. I think, like, when it comes to social media especially, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You don't want to get yourself into a place where you're like, I'm not comfortable, I'm not happy with this. This is the reason why right now I'm just talking about 2. I think everyone can post twice a week. Everybody. If you can't post twice a week because you're too busy, it's going to be really hard for you to grow on social media. But everyone's got time to post twice a week. Now, it depends on what type of post you're doing. If you're putting a lot of editing time, CapCut, text, overlays, then it might be a bit more tricky because you're going to take a little bit more time on your content, which isn't a bad thing. But then at the same time, we're trying to think of something that's manageable for you. So I feel everyone can do twice a week. So let's focus on that for now. Depending on where you are, twice a week. That's a nice, simple, manageable frequency for you to still get some eyeballs on you. You might not get the maximum eyeballs on you, but eyeballs are eyeballs. Marketing is marketing. If 100 people can see you, if 1,000 people can see you, as long as people are seeing you, you're more chance to be getting those bookings. So that's going to be the basic one for my one. Twice a week, give it a go. Pick something that works for you. Posts, pictures, reels, carousels, stories. There's a lot, guys, the options are endless. And remember what I said about trial reels. Remember what I said about trial reels. If you're worried, trial it first. Let's look at Mike's session with Zoom calls. Now, when I was talking to some of you guys in some of the breakout spaces, I started to realize there's quite a lot of people that don't actually do consultation Zoom calls. Some people are doing phone calls. So for you, I would say for the next week or two, one thing that you're going to focus on is transitioning from the phone to just Zoom calls. Mike done a lot with OBS and eCams and a lot of that technology, but what we're going to do, we're going to scale it back for now. And what we're going to do is focus on just getting you on a Zoom, getting you talking to your clients. Remember what Mike said as well, make sure your background is simple, guys. This is my background, what I do for my calls. Simple, little light, little thing here. Sometimes I got my plant, haven't got it today, but you know what I mean? I just keep it nice and simple. What you don't want to be doing is sitting on a sofa with the laptop on your lap, with the face looking up to your chin, and you got your children's clothes everywhere, and you don't want stains and mess. We don't want that, because like Mike said, first impressions count. So make sure you've got a really simple background. Hopefully it's not too loud. We don't want washing machines on when you're doing calls. We don't want loud TVs on when you're doing calls. We don't want kids running around screaming when you're doing calls. Try to get a controlled environment that's nice and simple for you to do somewhere in your house. So for that one, that might be your take home. We're just going to try in the next week or two to go from the phone calls or no phone calls to now sending them a Zoom link, Google Meet, Teams. It doesn't matter as long as you can get them on a video call, and then you're going to go through your consultation. Another thing that Matt was talking about, which we're going to mention on the entry level, is that we're building rapport. We're building rapport. So what you want to do is have questions ready for your clients. Come up with 6 simple questions that are going to help you get information from your clients. So you as a DJ, what would you like to know if someone's on the call? Whatever your brain tells you, write those down in bullet point questions. You're going to want to, technically, when they inquired, you should know the date, you should know the venue, and you should also know the name of the clients. Now, what you're going to maybe talk about is music. You're going to maybe talk about what it is that they've seen that they've liked, what are they interested in, what vibe they'll go for, but you want to get as much information as you can. Now, with your questions, don't just all ask questions. Ask some things as well. This is once again to build a rapport, personal stuff that isn't part to do with their event. Maybe just ask them kind of what they do and show a bit of interest in them what they do. So it's not just a CV or what do you do? And whatever they say, make sure you bounce back. Start a little conversation. Don't just go question. You want to do question, listen to the answer, respond to answer before question. So this is what we're going to say. Nice and simple. This here is a nice and simple way. And then as you move up through the channels, you can then use the AI bot, or if you've got a call booked in with Mike, then you can talk about how you can level up with eCam, with OBS, with all the different things that he was talking about, AI note takers, things that make it easier for you, funnels. But this is further down the line. Right now, I'm talking to the person that is just getting in, the ones that I'm worried about, which are the ones that might be overwhelmed, and I don't want people having so much that they don't do anything. So I'm just scaling it back, just giving you some ideas to scale it back, and this is going to be what you're focusing on if you're not doing any kind of Zoom calls. Also, some of you might not be ready for CRM. So it's totally up to you when you get a CRM. 100%, I would have wished I'd done it earlier than I did. But one thing that helped me transition from non-CRM to CRM is once my admin started getting a little bit long. Now, little bit long can mean different to every other people. Some people don't mind 3-4 emails a day. I don't like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 emails a day. So then using the CRM to help with that stuff and help with those flows really, really works. If you're using Google Docs, like I used to use Google Docs, so I'll have my contracts on there, questionnaires on there, and I'll send the client some of the stuff. But then what it would do for me is that it gave me more admin. I was writing in names again. I was writing in addresses. I was writing sums. I was writing the package they chose. I was writing some of the stuff that I had to add to my template. So my template helped speed it up a little bit, but I was still writing in a lot of stuff. And if you're gonna have 3, 4, 5 Zoom calls a week, you're going to see this admin's going to really start picking up. So it depends on where you are. If you're not getting all that much inquiries right now, maybe the non-CRM realm, you might not need to be there yet. You might need to focus more on your social media to get the inquiries in, and then look into a CRM to help you with that. So once again, this is where you have to evaluate yourself. Do I need a CRM? Is it something I look at to later on in the year and I continue doing my systems now? Maybe I should focus on getting in the inquiries so then I can have the reason to then get a CRM. So for me, this is just totally based on me. I chose to go to CRM once I started finding myself spending too much time doing admin. Some people like admin. Some people are control freaks and they want to write and know everything. If that's you, you do what you want to do, what works for you. But I'll say time is money. And if you're going to be spending a lot of time on the computer, a CRM can save you some of that time. So maybe you can post more frequently. Maybe you can work on your questions or work on your eCam presentation. So there's lots of different ways that we can do this. But with this talk, I'm just trying to give you some ideas depending on where you're at. This is about you. This is about you. So what works for you is what's going to be best for you. So focus on you. You know what I'm saying? And if you are ready for CRM, then Planning Beats is probably going to be your best option. Give Dan a shout, give him a call. He will go through things with you and see kind of what works best for you. And then from there, you can have a much better system that's going to help you streamline your bookings. And if you've got that, it can save you a lot on that admin time, and you're going to get the clients to do some of the work. So that's going to be some things that you might work on. A nice, simple posting frequency or posting strategy, picking parts of the content that works for you, and you can focus on things you've got on your phone already. Guys, there's no way you haven't got stuff already to post. Post it. And remember what we've all said. We've all said the video that we post that we think's not going to do nothing sometimes is the one that does. In my world, every time my videos that have done the best, I've never thought that they would be the ones to do the best. And the ones that do the best, that don't do the best, I sometimes thought like, yeah, this one's going to be the one. So it shows you don't know until you try, which is the reason why I say post. And if you don't want to post, there's a trial error. Remember I talked about the trial? I'm not going to say what it is, because if you was at the event, you know, and if you didn't, you need to get your tickets for next year. So you can be in the know. If you're moving from emails, from calls, Zoom's going to be the thing that you're doing. Like I said, you can use Zoom, Google Meets, Teams. I use Google Meets. Mike uses Zoom, and I think Dan uses maybe both. So it's totally up to you. They're all very similar. They all do the same thing. None of it matters. The main thing you're going to do is get them on a call. Simple questions that you're going to make up, asking yourself, what questions would you like to know from when someone's on the call? And when they come, you lead the conversation. Don't just sit there and ask, what is it that I can help you with? No, lead the conversation. Lead it. You are the professional. Act like it. Show them that you've got questions ready. Show them that you're organized and prepared. This will build trust with them, and hopefully they will book you at the end of the call. And if you're not going to go down the CRM route, the one tip I will definitely give to you is wherever your clients are messaging you, if it's on Instagram, if it's on WhatsApp, if it's on text message, if it's on emails, if you find that it's all scattered, the thing that you're going to focus on this week is getting them to one place. You want all your clients to be in one place. If it's going to be your Instagram DM, you tell everyone to be on Instagram DM. If it's going to be your WhatsApp, you tell everyone to be on the WhatsApp. The reason I say this is because it just makes it easier to manage. I remember before when I was starting, I had them everywhere, but then it was hard to keep up. So I had my Google Docs where I had all the information. But if Rachel messaged me on Instagram and then Steve was sending me emails, I found myself on my phone scrolling, going here, going left, going right, and it became a little bit messy. So my advice would be, if you're not ready for CRM yet, keep them all in one place. I liked to use Instagram at the time because I could have their name, and then from the Instagram message, if I clicked it, I'm like, what's this person talking about? I fly up to the top to where they first inquired. The date is there. I then go into my calendar. I then go into Google Docs and I pick that date and it shows me there's a job. I click on the job, all the job information came up. So then from the Instagram, I could go to their date, click it in, boom, Google Doc comes up and I can see, okay, Rachel's got this, she's booked that, she's done this, she's done that. And then when I'm replying to the Instagram, this is kind of how I used to do my homemade CRM. And you might be there as well. If that's the case, that's where you're there as well. Try and get them into one place so it's easier to manage. If you're ADHD and you're happy to manage people all over and it works for you, then do that. But my advice is keep it into one place. Choose one place that you want to use, or maximum two, and manage them from there. And if you are ready to get a CRM, you know what to do. Quickly, if you have a level up ticket, we will be sending you information soon where you can pick a mentor, whether it will be myself, whether it will be Dan, or whether it will be Mike. The main thing that you're thinking of is one from the discussions that we had on the day. What area do you think you're most weakest in, or what area do you feel would benefit you most? It could be the consultation part, it could be your flow part, it could be your social media part. Pick who, or think about the sessions and think about who would work for you, and then that's who you're going to pick for your session. And whoever you pick, if you do pick myself, I look forward to chopping it up with you, man, because we're going to get into the nitty gritty. And also, VIPs, if you have your VIP, you're going to get a call with all of us. So then that way you don't have to worry. We're going to focus on all of these things and focus on and make sure all the areas in your business is covered. So I look forward to catching you up as well. You know what I'm saying? But guys, other than that, man, it was, I'm still on cloud nine in terms of how the event went. The social media, the videos that was going out, the podcast, because this is how I do podcasts. I don't really get to do the live podcast, but I felt the live podcast came out really, really well. And it's going to be dropping on this Mobile DJ Mastery podcast really soon. So don't worry, guys. If you didn't miss the podcast is going to be on this podcast. So don't you worry. It's coming soon. We've just got a lot of stuff to do that we're doing. So once it gets edited, and it will be uploaded straight away. So don't worry about nothing. You ain't gonna miss it. And also, we are gonna emphasize the mindset of the community. We do not tear DJs down. We do not talk negative to other DJs. We're gonna use the old school format as if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Technically, the idea should be when anyone's talking and they have a problem, your mind should go into help mode. It doesn't matter where you are. We've all got great advice that we can share with people. And I saw it on the day. And in the community, we're keeping that up. We're keeping that vibe. We're keeping that safe space environment. If you're not about that, do not come to this community. If that's not for you, do not come to this community. You're not wanted here. You're not wanted here. There's loads of communities on Facebook. Go over there. They love you. Go over there. This community, we're not doing that. This is the reason why we kept it small. It's because we want to build the mindset, the tribe. I was speaking to someone and I was saying to them, the community that we're building is like church. When you come to church, there's a lot of things you leave at the door. You can't come to church and get drunk. You can't come to church and be smoking inside the... No, you can't come to church and be effing and jeffing. Now, but if you smoke and you drink and you eff and jeff, you do that outside. You go and do that outside. You go and do that in your door, go and do it over there. But when you're here, the vibes have to be different. And that's the exact thing that I'm pushing for this community. It's like church. When you come here, things are changing. You're not doing the stuff that you normally do. The mindset shifts. And when you go out, you can change that because now you're in the big wild world, and I get it. You can go and do what you want. You can put your defense mechanism up. You can put that competition mindset. You can put that because you're in the big wild world. We don't know who you're going to see. But when you come to church, the community, we're not doing that. Mobile DJ Mastery community, no. We're not doing that. That's not the vibe. That's not the spirit. And when it comes to Level Up Live event, we are in church and we're not doing that. So you guys had that automatically, but I'm emphasizing it just in case there's somebody new that's going to come to the community and they're not acting right. If you're not acting right, believe me, you'll be dealt with. I don't care. No. We're not having rubbish in the community. It's building a strong community is not going to be easy. And the way we're going to try and keep it like that is that we're going to encourage people from what they see. You're going to lead by example is basically the line. We're going to lead by example. This is what we're doing because we need to raise the industry, guys. We're not there, and how we're going to get there is this mindset is going to get us there. It's this that's going to get us there. It's going to get all of us there. So it's a team effort. So when someone comes in to spoil that community, they're spoiling it for everybody, and we don't want to do that. There's communities out there built for that. So you can go over there, you can F and Jeff, you can troll, you can tear DJs down, tell them their setups are rubbish. When someone asks a question, 38 negative comments, you go and do that over there, not here. And most importantly, guys, step by step is how we get everywhere. Step by step. I didn't wake up one day and just become this guy that you don't see. It took years. Lots of failing, little bit of win. Failing, little bit of win. But in all those fails, in all those L's, there were lessons, and I took the lesson from the failure. Took the lesson, how can I improve? Took the lesson, how can I improve? Took the lesson, how can I improve? Success. Took the lesson, how can I improve? Took the lesson, how can I... That's the motion. That is the motion. That's how things are done. So that's a reminder. You got this massive list, the things that you wrote. You've got all year, guys. You've got all year to work on yourself, to work on your business, to work on the things you need to improve. And it's small steps that will get you there. And that's with anything. Consistency, staying on it, something that you can manage. That's what we're going to focus on. That's what we're going to focus on. That's how we're going to level up for 2026. Yes. Anyway, guys, that's a short one for myself today. I just wanted to quickly talk about Level Up Live, give you guys some feedback, say we're listening to your feedback, and we're definitely going to be going for a double day next year. Epic stuff. We have looked at some things that we're going to change. I don't want to share too much. I'll share as it goes on because, guys, it's just fresh. We're excited. We're still excited. I hope you're still excited. Make sure that you head into the school community. The school community group is where all the conversations are going to be happening. And like I said, the community is like church. When you're doing anything community-wise, church mindset needs to kick in. When you're doing anything else in the world, you go for your life. But church mindset needs to kick in when we are doing mobile DJ mastery stuff, when we're doing Level Up Live stuff, when we're in any of those spaces. Make sure, because your names will start to become names that people can find in, and that's how communities are built. That guy's a blessed guy. That guy's a blessed guy. That guy's a blessed guy. That's how things are built. That's how bookings are shared. This kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset. Anyway, guys, until next week, where we will be back on here with another engaging episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Jeez. Have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you same time next week.